I'm going to try and record this video really fast because I've got a neighbor doing construction right now, and currently they're taking a break from running all their equipment, so I've got a little bit of time to record without any sounds of construction equipment going off. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Before I go into everything, I want to give you guys context. I'm a huge Titanic nerd. Titanic is one of the only things I'm like heavily into. Like, I would read books about it. I'm not much of a reader, but ever since 4th grade, I would read Titanic books. I watched the movie, obviously, documentaries, YouTube videos. I'd watch everything and anything based on the Titanic. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an expert on the Titanic. I'm not. I have a good amount of knowledge, but there are things I'm wrong about, and there are things I know I'm not wrong about. But if I ever say anything, if you guys ever hear me say anything about Titanic and it's wrong, correct me, because I'm always eager to learn new stuff about it. I'm mainly just talking about, I think every YouTuber, a lot of YouTubers have talked about the situation, and for me it's more so because I'm a huge Titanic nerd, and it is kind of cool to see Titanic relevant in the news again in my lifetime, because the only time Titanic was relevant in the news was obviously 1912, 1985 when it was discovered, and then now with the whole Titan sub, which is a major, it is unfortunate, and honestly, I know they said, like, the Coast Guard and then James Cameron came out and said that they detected the implosion, like, the day of, but, like, for the past, like, 4 days, whatever. I'm recording this on Monday, June 26th, so everything that has happened. I wanted to record it to be sure we had all the info, so I didn't, like, say anything, like, if I said they died and then it turns out they survived. Because I was, honestly, as stupid as it sounds, I was really hoping they survived because I don't think anybody deserved to die down there. It was not worth, going down there was not worth the death risk, because, I mean, first and foremost, the biggest problem was that CEO of Oceangate or whatever, like, went on record and bragged about cutting safety corners. That's like the one thing you don't want to brag about. It's like the one thing you don't want to do is take safety cuts on anything. I mean, you like the people Jeff Bezos took to space. If Jeff Bezos came in and was like, yeah, we cut corners and we made this rocket ship with wood glue and a bunch of plastic, I guarantee a lot of people no one would get on there. But I mean, part of the reason the Titan people did go on it was because it did have one successful mission, I think, beforehand, and I think it was in like 2022. It had a successful mission going down to the Titanic and coming back up. I don't know. I saw something about it. I don't know if that's true or not. I just think it's incredibly sad that people died. I mean, it's not, for me, I really want to, I wouldn't want to do that. I don't think a lot of people would want to go down there. Even if it was free, I think a lot of people wouldn't want to go down to the bottom of the ocean, 12,000 feet beneath the surface, because it is a death risk when you go down there. There's a reason why people don't go down to the Titanic site all the time, because you have to have safety equipment, you have to have safety precautions, safety measurements, you have to take all that, because if you don't, that happens. And it's so unfortunate. And see, I don't want to say that them being imploded was the best case scenario, because the best case scenario should have been that they got rescued. I know people were thinking that, like, they were just floating at the bottom of the ocean, but then a lot of people were coming out, like the U.S. Navy came out, and then James Cameron came out, obviously, and he said the reason why they lost communication with the sub was because that's when the sub imploded, which would be, I guess, the best case scenario, rather than floating at the bottom of the ocean among the Titanic wreck and either suffocating or freezing to death. But it's so unfortunate. And the thing about it is, like, the 19-year-old kid that went onto the sub, like, he didn't want to go. There was somebody else I know that didn't want to go, but they paid for the ticket or whatever, and it was like non-refundable, and it's $250,000 to go down there. And honestly, you can accomplish the same thing by going to Google and looking up Titanic pictures, and you're not gonna see anything different down there. I mean, the site's been explored. It's been explored numerous times. There's nothing new to see down there. Like, in my own opinion, I mean, and again, this is just me. Like, I'm just a small YouTuber making a video on this. In my opinion, it's really just kind of it's really stupid to go down there in the first place to go look at a sunken ship. What's more impressive is if you gave me a time machine and said, "Hey, we perfected time travel. You can go back in time and look at the Titanic the day it launched. You can go do that." That's what I like to see. That's what I would love to do. I would love to go back and see the Titanic on its launch day. I mean, that's what I love to see. Because that's what we haven't seen. Everyone has seen pictures of the Titanic under the water. We've seen those pictures. Those pictures have existed since 1985 when Bob Ballard found the ship. And there's nothing new to see. And I know it'd be fun to go down. I can't say fun, but unique to go down there, so you can come back up and go tell people, hey, I visited the wreck of the Titanic. I went and saw the wreckage of the Titanic. But honestly, a lot of people you tell that to are probably gonna sit there and go, you couldn't have just Googled it. I don't know, but it's so stupid that the guy, like the CEO went on record and was like, yeah, we took all these fucking cuts, we took all these safety cuts, we cut costs, we cut corners. The last thing you want to cut corners on anything is safety, ever, anywhere. I mean, I'm pretty sure more safety measures were taken in designing my 2013 Ford Focus than the fucking Titan sub. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, it's possible, but it's really like James Cameron has been down. He directed the Titanic movie, if you didn't know, but he went on the Titanic site 33 times, and he posted a video I saw on last Friday. And when they were going down to kind of survey the Titanic wreckage and do research on the Titanic, they went through like so many safety measures. Like they designed subs of all different materials to try and figure out which is the best one, which one is going to keep them safe, which one is going to go down there and come back up. It's also the fact that the Titan sub did not have any sort of secondary control or any kind of flotation device to get them back to the surface in case something happened. But as far as I know, that statement was redundant because it seemed they're saying that the sub imploded, and that's why they lost communication with it. That's why they lost control of it. That's why that's what happened. Like I haven't seen anything lately that said they were floating around the bottom of the ocean. That like the Navy said they detected an implosion on their sonars on the day of, and they said that they weren't going to tell anybody because they didn't think that was the sub, which I don't know what else that would be. I really don't know. I'm not a maritime expert. I'm not an expert at the bottom of the ocean. I just like learning about the Titanic, and I just want to say that as someone who had a very unhealthy obsession with that ship for years, and I still kind of do, honestly, it's really kind of stupid to go down there. There's really no point in going down there. Even if it was free, my anxiety would not let me go down there. My anxiety, I took one look at the pictures of the inside of that sub, and I was just, no. My anxiety would not allow that to happen. There was no ands, ifs, or buts about it. If someone came to me and said, hey, we want to put you in a little box and float you, a little tube or whatever, and float you to the bottom of the ocean just to look out a tiny little hole and see the Titanic, I'm going to pass. I'm really going to pass on that because it's really just, it's not worth it. Because the death risk gets increasingly higher as the deeper you go down. Especially when you're in a cheaply made fucking toilet paper tube. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. This is just something I wanted to talk about. I mean, it is kind of unique to see Titanic somewhat relevant in the news again. Something that I thought would never happen in my lifetime. It is so unfortunate these people died. I don't think... No one should have died. No one should have been down there. Nobody should have died. It should have honestly been left alone. And it really should be a lesson to not take safety cuts, when you're designing anything. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you later in a brand new video. Have a good day. And as always, stay awesome.